a box arrived, and I have, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do is to not open this. I wanted to open everything together. What we have here are the radio packs. The Wranglerstar 3-pack radios. Now I did peek inside. I peeked inside and I grabbed this and I waited. I thought, we're gonna find out what this is together. So if you're wondering, this is something, a collaboration we've put together with one of our subs who has put together, well, I guess one of our first products that we're gonna offer for sale. This is not, for me, this is not a big profit item. This is not my motivation. I have enough. I don't need to make a fortune doing this. This is solving a lot of problems with communications, the complication of it. So what we have is we've got a 3-radio kit that's going to be pre-programmed for your area. It's going to have an official ProHo frequency, so if we're ever in the same vicinity, you'll be able to, we'll all of us be able to speak together in a really nice USA-made pack, everything the best quality we could source, turnkey. So what's kind of cool about this, regardless of your area, where you're from, East Coast, West Coast, we're going to pre-program for you guys all of your, well, not all, but all the important frequencies. You're going to have emergency services, you're going to be able to listen in on ham repeaters, etc., and have just kind of a grab-and-go system. Also, well, let's just look at it. I haven't seen it. I'm excited to do this, and we'll jump in. So I was not going to do a pre-order per se today. I don't. This was basically just the prototype. If the guys, the middlemen, if they wanted to throw that up there, we can certainly do that. I don't know why not. There's going to be a limited run of these. I think what we decided on was about 500 of these kits. And so this is my first time seeing it. So there's some extra goodies in here. Here, let me just kind of skim over the note here that I have. So this looks like it's going to be the main kit, basically what it's going to look like. Now, I put this together some time ago with just some stuff on Amazon, but this is going to be a much higher quality item, and we're going to have our own Wranglerstar patch that'll be on here, our very first one. So we're going to be doing different ones. We're working on some artwork. We have the first one picked out, but you'll get the first ProHo patch, which will be kind of a morale patch that you can put on stuff. So that's pretty exciting, man. I mean, I have to say, this is fun. I've got the fizz. So what we have in this box here, let me just skim this really quickly here. So this is going to be put together from our friends over at Radios Made Easy, radiosmadeeasy.com. And again, I'm going to do a regular video. This is just kind of checking it out, and we'll put all of the pre-order stuff on here and have everything finalized. But from what I know, I think we're probably pretty good to go here. So, accessories. There's going to be wearable BNC antennas. So a whip antenna that I'm assuming is going to be in here. But if you wanted to increase your range and you're wearing plate carriers like many of us do, and you've seen guys on YouTube that have it woven through the back of the molly, I'm just assuming that's going to give a guy extra range, just a bigger antenna. So that will be an upgrade, an option. A stubby antenna, if you don't want to deal with the whip antenna and you're just using it around the home and such. And then a magnetic base antenna, that will be an option. And I'm assuming all this stuff is in here. We'll get to see it. Exoskeleton frame, a radio mount, a base station. There's all kinds of cool stuff in here. All right, let me bring you in close for the very first unboxing. I have the fizz. I'm excited. Let's take a look at this. Can you see? Can I see okay? Oh goodness, this is excellent. So the pouch is all going to be USA made. Let me get this open. We'll take a look at it, and then I'll answer you guys' super chats. Look at this. That is cool. This is this is a nice pouch. You can just feel, this has the feel of the stuff like from Spiritus or S-Tac, you know, when it's made properly in the US. These bags exclusive, I think these are exclusive for us, are made by SOE, Special Operations Group, and in the USA. And they're going to be making this, and I hope to work with them in future stuff. So if we come up with different products, you know, they're going to be our supplier. But look how nice that is. We have the 3 radio pouch with the Baofangs. Now these have extended batteries. I don't have any with these long batteries, and a much better antenna option. I'm going to go, let me grab mine and I'll just kind of show you the difference, or kind of where we started with this. The original one. Just making mine look pretty shabby. All right, so here's the original. Not too far, not very far apart, are they? So there's going to be a huge improvement on these guys because these will be USB chargeable, where I've never had that option before. I had to carry this silly thing around, and I usually have 3 radios in here. When you have 3 radios, then you have to have 3 chargers, and you can't charge them all at once. And then also these guys, you know, just the basic antennas. Man, these are really nice. Yeah, price for this kit is going to be $500, and this is, you know, some really, a lot of work has went into this. I mean, you can go online and, again, this is not about profit. For me, this is about making something available that's going to be ready to go, turnkey for you guys, so you don't have to learn a new trade. We're going to be putting in the UV5R Plus Baofeng radios. Same thing as my regular radio, just with the extended battery on it. Isn't that nice? Let me bring you a little bit closer. I think we might need to zoom in a little bit. Can we zoom in? Yeah, that's better. Man, these are beautiful. We got a little screen protector on here. It's got a shiny metal cover on it. Mine don't have that. That is really cool. Look how nicely they fit in there. So this is a different antenna mount that I haven't seen before. This is going to give us the ability to screw on multiples or the whip antennas. You know, and I'll be more checked out on this when we do the regular video, guys. I'm just figuring this out here as I'm seeing it for the first time, just like you guys. Very cool. Extended range antenna, so that's going to be antenna battery. That's going to be the big battery on there. Oh, and here's the charging port right there. Man, that's really nice. I'm really happy with that. That is just couldn't be nicer. You'll be able to grab this radio pack, hand one to a buddy, and you're going to be set. Okay. So in your kit, you're going to have these things right here. So what we have, looks like we've got 3 USB chargers. Right there. They're going to plug right into that battery. So if we have just, let me grab a battery pack. I use these Anchor power packs. These are my two main ones that I use, USB. Now you won't have to you don't have to deal with that big brick. Like, this is so much better. This was before trying to carry a silly base station around with you. No good. Now you could use these. This would even fit in your pouch, you know, in an emergency. There's definitely extra room in there, like the little Anchor here. Let's try it out. Yeah, those look good, Mr. Landfill. I agree. This is a really nice kit. I am very impressed with this. Got nice USB plugs with an indicator light that it's on. Man, this is awesome. I didn't even know this was an option for the Baofangs, that you could charge via USB port. Right here. Pretty cool. And we're charging. That's awesome. The batteries would be replaceable, of course. There's the big battery. If you wanted to make it more compact, you can slap on the small batteries. Actually, I keep a couple of those charged for that reason. The big ones are nice to throw in a pack if you're going to need them for a while. But if you want something really small for just around the house, imagine any of these Bofang batteries are going to work. Here's just a little one. See there? Big size difference. But I run these little guys, and the batteries last forever. I've never had a problem with that. These extended batteries, I would imagine if a guy was careful, you could make this last many days. Very cool. Okay, so how about the antennas? So that's how they'll charge. And there's 3 of those in there. Boy, these are really nice. This looks like military grade type of antenna. Look at that. This is a really nice antenna because it's you can roll that up, and it's going to fit inside the pouch. A lot better than the regular ones that I had. And to put it on, this is really nice quality stuff, guys. The radios are, they're somewhat inexpensive. These are Bofangs, but they've proven to be good radios. I've used them for years now, and I just think the world of them. And now we have a lot better antenna system. Isn't that cool? Really good fastening point. Just quarter turn. Yeah, that's really good, really nice. Okay, so not only that, so one thing that I asked the guys to work up for us, because Proho has a short memory, and that is a quick start guide. So this is the quick start guide. I'm seeing it here for the first time. And what do we have on here? Now these are really nice quality. These are on like a credit card stock. So this is all waterproof. It's not going to get, rub off or get wet or fall apart. It's all hooked together, and it's got a nice rivet there. Man, that's super, super nice. Isn't that cool? So if you forget, if you don't use your stuff for a while, you can forget. And it's going to have on here, we've got 1 through 30. All of your frequencies are all on there. 119 to 128 are the NOAA weather stations. You've got your marine emergency, your MERS 1 through 5. Everything's going to be right on there, and so you'll always know. You can just reference this. On the back side of it, you're going to have your phonetic alphabet. So your Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. I always forget those. That's kind of a nice reminder. So those are all listed on there for you as well on the back side. This is really good. More quick start stuff here. Repeater frequency information. Basic menu items. I said let's just get down kind of just a little reminder of the basic functions so we don't get marred or stuck down in menus. And so he laid that all out there. How to transmit. It really is the beginning. How to turn it off. The top knob. What all the buttons are. And that's important. These things have a lot of buttons. Like, I don't know, what's the blue one? What's that? So this will tell you just a reminder what everything is going to be. We're going to have the port here. So we're going to be able to do a push to talk. It looks like there's a PTT talk option. So if you want to combine this with your Peltors or your military type of earwear, that's what I have, and I'd like to do, and this will incorporate into that. Man, this is super, super nice. Super nice. I think I got my battery seated there. You probably didn't think that the quick start guide would have to cover putting the battery on. All right, there we are. Man, that is beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's wrap this up. I want to look at the accessories. Probably leave all this out for now. And this is put together by our friends over at radiosmadeeasy.com. They're subscribers and good people. This is a small business that is going to be producing these for us. There's a lot of time that's going to go into this programming this for your area, guys. That's something that you can do yourself, but You have to buy a special cable, and, well, we've all got more important things to do than learning radio. Okay, should we get the accessories out? Yeah, I think I'll just leave you guys. We'll leave the camera where it's at. All right, what else we got in here? Man, this is awesome. Okay, I put you guys right here. I'm excited to get our patches. Oh, goodness, we have a couple super chats. Let me back up a little bit. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit wider here. All right, any radio questions you have, we're going to set up a live stream with Radios Made Easy, a dual stream, and you're going to be able to ask him. I'm not going to be the expert. I am a user. I'm the user end, just like you guys are. We have a super chat from Mr. Kyle B. Shout out to you, Kyle. Kyle writes, I'm in for a radio. What do you mean by area? City, county, state, or region? Well, again, we're just ironing all of this out, but from what I understand it, with your zip code, that should probably give enough, when you order, that would get enough information to put in your local repeaters, your local law enforcement, emergency services, that sort of thing. So you'll be able to monitor kind of what's going on in your area. That was always the plan. So I'll verify that, and you can ask Radios Made Easy when we get to that point, but shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. We have a super chat from Michael Nowicki. Shout out to you. Thank you, brother. Okay, in the first accessory pouch here, maybe I'll just hold this stuff up. We have our chargers, or just the basic stuff that comes with the your Bofang. And if you're the type of guy that likes to geek out on stuff, then you can read this manual. So I just have all of the factory OEM stuff. The OEM battery, the OEM antenna, all that stuff. So that's not really relevant to us. And then the clip. I kind of like having the clip. Sometimes the clip is nice, sometimes it gets in the way, but just you can add it or you can take it off or add it. It only is held on by a couple Phillips screws. Okay. All right, so we've got the 3 charger bases. What else do we have in here? Oh, this looks promising. This accessory for the radio kit is the SOE padded hearing protection case, SOE Peltor wrap, Kenwood style for Comtac headsets. So that's nice. I do not have a good case for those. So I'm assuming that these, maybe Radios Made Easy can kind of, I think he's going to put this stuff together for you so we can, you know, I'm just seeing it. We can try it out. If it's something we want to if we like, we can add it, and then you guys can use this to incorporate your push-to-talks into your systems. So what we have here, this is my first time seeing one of these. This is an MSA, looks like the push-to-talk with a Kenwood style plug. Man, I've been wanting to do this. I've wanted to get my radios set up for my, the warband, my buddies, on our headsets. I think 3 of us now have Comtacs, and we wanted to start kind of using them as, on the motos and riding around, but you can't hear anything over the sound of the bike. So this is going to give us the ability to just have a push-to-talk right here. This is a push-to-talk. You push this button, and this is what will pick up the mic on your radio. So with your 3 radio kit, if you want to upgrade to this, on the side is a Kenwood plug, that 2-prong plug, pretty standard. I use this for my remote mic. We'll plug this in here. That snaps in nice and tight. Now you throw one of your radios in your pack or wherever, probably in a bag right here on the side so you can turn it off and on. But this push-to-talk is going to clamp onto your plate carrier or whatever you have, maybe a backpack strap, and you push this, and then you'll just talk normally. You'll be able to speak through your Comtacs as well as here on your helmet. This is a really nice unit. Isn't that cool? Yeah, really well made. Very, very slick. I'm happy about that. And then this is, oh, this is a case for our Peltors. So I don't have contacts right now, but I can simulate what's going on here. Let me grab a pair of the regular ones. So these are the Peltor 95s. They're not going to have mics in them. They probably don't. Yeah, I don't think they fold up like Comtacs. But the Comtacs fold up super small into a little ball, basically. Do these do it? No, these are too cheap. But they'll fit in there. And now you have a USA-made bag from our friends over at SOE. Padded, like really thick padding on the top and the bottom. Those are very expensive comms. So you want to take care of them. That's something that you don't want to just throw into a bag unprotected. So I'm a big advocate for having bags that protect items like that, whether it be night vision or radios, etc. So that's really nice. Yeah, this is very well made stuff. USA, all USA made. That's excellent. So I would probably definitely recommend one of those just to be able to keep all of your electronics in one spot. You know, all your PTT and everything, it's all going to fit in there. That's nice. And the plug, I had some concerns about the Bofang plug. I've used radios a lot with emergency services, and there's nobody harder on radios than cops and firefighters, especially firefighters. And we've always had like Motorola's or Kenwoods. And one concern I had when I first plugged in these Kenwood style plugs to these guys is they didn't have a retaining clip, but I have the same one, and it really, if you listen, it really locks in there. I've never had it come loose, so it seems to be good. But I mean, gentlemen, to get into like a Kenwood or a Motorola radio, I mean, you're starting at $1,000, and then, you know, if you want 3, you know, it just goes up from there, and you know, it's just not in the budget for a lot of guys. You know, where this is something where it's all ready to go, and you can just use it. All right, so that's our PTT. Man, that's super, super nice. So this will be an accessory that we'll definitely want to make available as well. These are the 4X long malice clips, MOLLE attachments. These are not included in the kit. This is going to be an extra option. You may already have some of these. If you've got a plate carrier and you're kind of in this world, you'll understand what these are. But these will give you the ability to put your, I'm assuming, this one doesn't have MOLLE, but to put whatever, you know, different accessories and such that has the loops. This is how you weave them on. You know, they're pretty standard. So these would be for future accessories. We might have even something here with MOLLE on it. Okay, so this here, oh, we have a super chat from the Dude blog. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you. I sure appreciate that. Goodness. So here we have, this is also made by our friends over at SOE. It's a FUPA dangler. Can be used as a fanny pack, chest pack, or below the chest rig. They asked me what color, when we were kind of speccing all this stuff out, what color we wanted to go with. And I was kind of back and forth between Ranger green and desert tan. And I figured to make it, I guess, usable, the best option for most guys was the coyote tan. That, you know, that pretty well goes in everywhere. So this is essentially a FUPA pouch, a tactical type of USA-made fanny pack. Man, I'm digging this. This is going to be my summer concealed carry. How about the patch? And then we'll have the Wranglerstar patches. So what we're going to do is we'll do them periodically, but we have the first one that will come with the radio bag. And these will be, we'll just do limited runs of these. Once they're gone, they're gone. And, you know, every couple months or so, we'll introduce a new one, you know, for whatever that may be. So these are just kind of placeholders for that. So the FUPA pouch is going to be lined with Velcro. What I do with these, and I started doing this, I got kind of turned on by this concept from Nut and Fancy was the a small fanny pack for carrying concealed. I like that in the summertime if you're in a position where you're wearing shorts, you're going rafting. I mean, yes, of course, it's nice to have a leather belt or a proper belt and a holster for your CCW, but there are times that it's just not, it doesn't work when you're on a boat in the water, and this is always a good option. And this is what I use. And I take a holster and I just get the loop side or the hook side of the Velcro, and I glue it on the back, and I'll put them in here and stick it on there. And this actually works really good. This stuff is very, very nice. Very nice. That's the FUPA pouch. What we got here? This might be for me, some stuff for me. Oh, we got some ammo. Defiant ammunition. Looks like 9. Made in the USA. Well, shout out to Defiant. Thank you for that. I never turn my nose up to some good ammo. Okay, what do we have here? I believe, and we talked about it, one thing that I wanted to do with the radios was to have, the 3 radio pack is cool. That's where they'll live. But when you want to go start using your radio, you need an individual pouch. And not everyone's going to have, some people already have it, but usually what I have found, what we've found to work pretty good with the plate carriers is to have the pouch kind of on the inside right here. I don't like it on my right side because it kind of gets in the way of shouldering, where on the weak side, left side, it seems to work a little bit better, and I see a lot of guys carrying it right here. Then you can hear it if you don't have a PTT or a remote mic, and you can control it and take it out. So that's where I keep mine right here. So I asked the guys if they could come up with a clever option for that pouch, and I don't know if that's in here or not. Well, this is nice. So this looks like precision. What do we have here? Is this 6.5? 6.5 Creedmoor, 130 grain. So this is precision. Oh man, those are nice black tips. That's a good cartridge, good cartridge. So if you shoot long range, Mr. Overton will know about this. The ammo that you use needs to be protected. A lot of guys hand load the stuff, and so they're very particular about it. Or I shoot match grade Hornady, so it's quite expensive. You don't want it to be just thrown into a loose pouch and getting dinged up. Can make a difference in accuracy at long ranges. So this is MOLLE compatible. So this is something you could weave onto a cummerbund or a plate carrier if you're that guy. And then you put your rounds in there and they would be rolled up and protected. Pretty compact. And this is made by our friends over there at SOE as well. Yeah, that's really nice. Yep. They've even included just a regular strap, so if a guy wanted to, you could put that on a riser for a backpack, or you could put it on a belt even. Just pop that up. Yeah, that's super cool. Very, very nice stuff. Really well made. SOE, Special Operations Equipment, made in the MF USA. I'll let you read between the lines. Sounds like my type of guys. All right, that's that. Excellent. This is a good unboxing here for me. Just keeps on going. We have a new member, the Dude Blog. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. And our friends over at Special Operations Equipment. Speak of the devil. The radio patch has PALS webbing on the back to use malice clips to attach the other gear. It's made in the USA, small town in Camden, Tennessee. Yeah, so I'm looking, the radio patch, it does. Am I missing something? These don't look. Oh, the radio patch. Maybe I haven't got to the radio patch yet. Thank you, guys. I don't have all the technical stuff on this. This is just a purely organic box opening here. We're seeing this all together for the first time. There's no tomfoolery around here. But thank you guys over at SOE, man. This is some really beautiful stuff. I'm very pleased. The radio bag, the 3 radio bag, is even better than I hoped. It's more compact, and it's not so bulky and stiff as the other one. It's much nicer. That's pretty incredible. That's really small when you think about it. This is the whole kit. It's got everything in it. And look how compact it is. This could be put in the cargo pocket of your pants or your BDUs if you wear cargo pants. Right there. I mean, that's pretty small. Right there. And everything you need. And those extended range batteries are going to last a long time. And you'll be able to charge USB, be able to charge this right from your car instead of having to tote around that silly docking station. That's even better than I had expected. Okay, so this here is the wearable antenna. Now this is going to be, this is one wearable BNC antenna, one stubby antenna, and 2 adapters. So these will be accessories if you want to add them to the 3 radio kit, is what I'm guessing. And this looks like this stuff is all USA made. It's really, really nice. Okay, so first off, this is going to be the wearable antenna. Boy, the connectors are super skookum. Yeah, this has the feel of just full-on military grade nice stuff. It's even the sheathing is multicam. So what this is, here, we'll put it together. So if you wanted to have extended range, I'm assuming, you're going to get that with a better antenna or a longer antenna. Now the factory, the whips, to give you an idea, that's about maybe just under 2 foot long or so. Sure looks pro. I love those connectors. Man, those are really nice. Now this one is going to be, that's closer to 3 foot in length. Totally flexible. And this will connect up. So you'd be able to weave this. Now this is an accessory. You could add this. You'd be able to weave this through your plate carrier. Now I've seen guys go like over the shoulder and then kind of an S pattern. I don't know what the best way is. When we get with Radios Made Easy, we can ask all these questions. He can answer them for us. But this would stay on your plate carrier or your chest rig. And then when you put your radios in, then I'd probably just have this kind of hanging out right there by the radio pouch, and then quarter turn this, and then you're good. And that would be super nice because you're not going to have that. One thing that's a problem with antennas when you wear them on the front, these longer ones, is they hit you in the face all day. Like, can you imagine? Let's say you had it right here. I mean, you can't deal with that, right? That's not going to work, but you need the range. So this antenna, for Proho, when he goes into tactical mode, is going to be able to alleviate that problem. Now, this being flexible, you can run it through the loops from your carrier and into the back. That's really going to be a must-have item for when we go into the plate carriers. Well, that's really nice. Where's that push-to-talk, man? We might build this whole system out right here. This is excellent. So, to get our push-to-talks to work, it seems to me here with our helmets, our contacts, we'll connect this here. And then there's another cable that will go from here to the contact itself, which we'll have to make that available too. I don't know what that even looks like. I haven't seen one. I've seen the plugs on my contacts, but I've never plugged them up into anything. But it looks like there's going to be 3 pieces involved to make this work with your plate carrier and to have in-helmet comms. PTT, the whip. Yeah. Now, he's also got the stubby antenna. So let's take a look at that. Man, this stuff is really nice, gentlemen. You're going to be, those of you who are fortunate enough to be able to get one of these kits, you're going to be very pleased with everything. You're going to be very pleased. The radio feels good. I love the extended battery. I love the adapter for the antenna. That's awesome. The PTT is excellent. Big old snappy, robust clip on there. And the antennas are good too. So here's the stubby, right in here. USA made. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. This is the Miracle Baby, the CMET antenna, the CH32. Look how small that is. Goodness. Yeah, I could see, Radios Made Easy said this is his favorite around the homestead type of antenna. How good is that? Man, that is awesome. Looks good too. Yeah, I cannot wait to try all of these. I'm going to, we've got a ride this weekend. We'll get the warband together, and I'll have the guys come over and we'll get these all rigged up and see how they do. Try out some of these antennas, and I'll get back to you on it. See what the range is. Isn't that cool? So that will be an option as well. Man, I like that. It's one of my favorite things. And these adapters. So if you already, I'm guessing if you already have a Bofang, then you could just, and you want to use some of these cool accessories, you'll be able to do that. You can use this on your own, and that's what it looks like these guys are. So this is the adapter for all these cool military antennas. That's your factory plug there. So you just screw this adapter in, and that, for me, that's just going to live on the radio now. And then you can run these cool antennas. Super nice. Okay, I like that. What else we have here? We got something heavy. So this this accessory for the 3 radio kit here is the magnetic base. This is going to be for vehicle mounting if you want to increase your range. Works with signal stick antennas on the vehicle, not included in the kit. Okay, so this is going to be an option to get more range from your radios, and I'll get with, oh, here we go. I see. So this is going to give you a whole bunch of cable so that you could keep your radio inside, right here. Okay, we'll just hook it all up together. We're learning together here, gentlemen. I didn't know all these cool accessories you could use them so seamlessly with the little Bofangs. And there we have, I can't tell you how nice these connectors are. You'll see when you get one. But they are very, very good. Like, looks like something you'd see on aviation or on the space shuttle or something. Okay, so this is going to give us, I don't know how much cable is here, but there's got to be 10 feet or so, if not more. And look how nice that is. Heavy duty, good quality. None of this stuff is Chinese junk, gentlemen. This is all, the radios are made overseas, but those have already proven their reputation in my mind. The rest of these accessories are as good as you can get. High quality stuff. So this will go on the top of your truck, or if you got a van, that's why he's giving us so much there, a whole bunch. And then you'll be able to, it's got that same quarter turn, you'll be able to put an antenna. Oh, look at that. We can use the existing antenna, it seems to me, that comes with our 3 radio kit. It's just going to get you outside the vehicle and get you a whole bunch more range. All this is universal. It seems to be interchangeable. I guess a guy, if you wanted to, the UPS man is here, you could put the stubby on. This is pretty cool, gentlemen. I'm geeking out over here. I really like this. Very nice quality. Magnetic base, yeah, really sticks good. Man, that's cool. That's something that's an accessory guide probably want to look into. I thought maybe we'd have to get a different antenna, but there you go. That's the one that comes in the 3 radio kit. Man, that's awesome. I'm very, very pleased with that. Well done, gentlemen. Well done. Oh, and there's more. So this here is a UV5R exoskeleton, not included in the kit, but available as an addition, as an accessory. An exoskeleton. So is this like, maybe this is kind of like a armor for the radio. Look like they're 3D printed. That's cool. So how does this work here? Well, we're learning together here, gentlemen. Okay, so oh, that's interesting. Man, that is a really clever option. I'm figuring it out what I'm looking at here. This is quite clever. Oops. So if I understand this correctly, this is a really, it feels tough, like ABS plastic, but it looks like I'll bet it's 3D, maybe it's 3D printed, I don't know. It's got the logo in the side there. But what this is going to do is this is going to prevent you from accidentally keying or turning off or turning on your radio. It's going to protect that vulnerable connection with your antenna. See how it protects it covers up the volume knob, but you can still access it. You got room in there to get your finger in there. It's mounted on by the 2 factory screws, so you would screw those in there, and that will hold it together, and then you can push to talk through here, but you're not going to get is there a negligent PTT or a negligent communications? You're not going to key that accidentally. If you were to throw this in a pouch or a bag, let's say you were laying down, you could quite easily press that push to talk. And you could have a hot mic going or people listening to everything you're saying and you wouldn't even know that you were broadcasting. That's a bad thing to have happen. This little accessory is going to prevent that. It completely covers up the push to talk, covers up the volume knob, and it offers a lot of protection on it. And I don't imagine that's going to be an expensive item. That's something I would probably consider. That's really nice. I was not expecting that. That's super cool. Can you see how that works? See the screw holes in the back? Mr. Northern Man writes, have you heard about electroculture gardening? The use of copper antennas to boost your soil and vegetable yields. If so, have you tried it? I have not. I have heard of this. I have not done it. I'm not all-knowing about gardening, to be honest with you. Mrs. W is actually the expert on that. But I'm not surprised. There'd be something to it. But I can't really speak to that. Okay, so I like that accessory. That's good. Very innovative. And there's a couple extra screws in here in case you've lost yours or lose one, so that's a nice touch. Okay, what else we have here? We got something big and bulky. What is this? I'm sure glad the folks over at Radios Made Easy labeled all this stuff for me. Oh, so this looks like the cable that goes to the PTT. So it says here, roll up Slim Jim antenna and throw weight and paracord field expedient base. Roll up Slim Jim antenna. So maybe this must be an antenna. Well, I'm very excited to try these things out. You know, I kind of know what type of range I can expect from just a factory stock. Look at this thing. Goodness, that thing is serious. This is the Super Skookum antenna right here. Man, really nice, really high quality. Look how much cable they give us here too. A field expedited. So this, I guess maybe if a guy wanted to set up a base station and you could get this thing up to a high point, maybe run that thing up a tree. Field expedited emergency base. We have a roll of paracord here to secure it, and then a heavy weight. Man, this is nice, a heavy weight. Yeah, so what I would do with this, I'm going to assume, let's say you needed to get out in an emergency. I think this is a throw weight. Now, I could be wrong. It's heavy, it's got a loop in it. If you were to take this and tie it to your paracord right here, and you could fling this thing up over a branch, and you could use it to pull the antenna up to a higher location. I think that's what we're going with here. You know, we're talking about field expedited or an emergency, and then this would be pulled up. See the hole in the top? I'm assuming this would be pulled up by the paracord. You could pull this up way high. I mean, how high can you? I could throw this over a branch that's 40, 50 feet up. And if you're up on the top of a rise, that would be a really good option. Man, I didn't even know this stuff was possible. I feel like I've jumped into the future with radio communications here, and there's nothing here that I'm seeing I wouldn't be able, a guy wouldn't be able to figure out. It's not overly complicated. Again, this is going to attach right to your, it's got the same fitting, it's going to attach to your 3 radio kit. And now you've got a super mega antenna that you could pull up into a tree. Man, that's cool. That's very cool. I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend. We're going to be having some radio training here with the Warband. Man, that's excellent. I really like that. Well, there's more, gentlemen. I don't know what this is. There's some big Super Skookum cables here. This here is 35 feet of coax and a 15-foot piece of coax, window jumper, field expedient base, 2 of 2. I have never considered this, or I never thought that this was possible with a Bofang radio, but what I've wanted to do is that when we go up and we're riding moto or we're doing snow bike, it's essentially, several miles away, 6-7 miles away as the crow flies, but it's direct line of sight. And we can, we've been able to communicate with Mrs. W, but she's not really checked out on the radios and it hasn't been made simple for her. What I'll be able to do now is I can take one of these radios, and you'll be able to do the same thing, and essentially set it up as a base station, having it plugged into the wall so it's always charging. You can have use this coax, and you can run an antenna up on your roof or up in a tree to a high spot, and that's going to be able to extend our range. What I would like to check is if we get down into a draw or behind some trees, having this up, 35 feet, is that going to make a difference for our communications, for the base? Man, this is some pretty window jumper. Oh, so this is a jumper. So that's a good. I didn't even know this existed. If you don't want to run a cable through a window, because you can't close it. You know, these are pretty thick. This is a jumper. It's paper thin. It's like a thin blade of wire. I'm assuming you could lay this on the window and close it and lock it and still have your cable running outside and not have to leave a window unlocked. Pretty smart, huh? That's just going to be an intermediate jumper. Fascinating. Boy, these connectors are really, really nice. Goodness. Look at that. And all of it, and here's the adapter, so it goes into the Bofang, into the 3 radio kit. I'm so glad that radio's made easy. I hadn't really thought the name is quite appropriate, because this stuff, if I had to go out and source this stuff, first off, I didn't even know it existed. I wouldn't even know what to look for. And then I would have ordered a few things, you know, after spending hours and hours online, and then it would show up and it wouldn't be compatible or the plugs wouldn't be there. This is going to be all compatible. When you buy, if you buy your 3 radio kit and you get the accessories from Radio Made Easy, he's already done all the legwork, and you've got someone that you can call and can answer questions for you as well. You know, and I'll do my best. I'm be learning about this as well. But this is going to extend it. So now we have a 35, what do we have, a 35 and a 15. So that's a total of 50 feet with a window pass through. So you'd have this short cable from your radio, go through the window, and then you've got an extra 35 feet, and that's going to be enough to get you up on the roof. And then you can plug in, I would imagine you can plug in your antenna from there. You know, your base station, whatever, a lot of different options. Yeah, that's very nice. I even without anyone explaining this stuff to me, it seems to be self-explanatory. Sorry, gentlemen, I lost my chat there. We have a comment from our friend, the Northern Man. Shout out to you, brother. The Northern Man writes, have you heard about, oh, sorry, I already read that. We have a super chat from our friend Tony Baloney. Shout out to you. Tony says, must be nice. Loving the unboxing. Great setup. It must be nice. It is. It is. It is nice. Man, that's cool. I like that window pass-through. That's something I'd never, ever seen before. Man, I'll be playing with this stuff all weekend. What else do we have here? We have anything else? This here looks like just some stuff, cards and things. It might just be for me and for my radios, I'm assuming. Stickers. That's clever. Complete radio packages, antennas. So this is Radios Made Easy. RadioMadeEasy.com. And this is his business card, and on the back he's got the phonetic alphabet. Alpha, Charlie, Bravo. That's smart. Great. Man, that's cool. I am very, very pleased. Well, there was a lot of work that went into putting all this together for us, gentlemen. Shout out to Radios Made Easy. Shout out to our friends at SOE for building this really nice nylon. Man, the kit is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Okay, let's recap here one more time. Now, can you guys tell me, is there a pre-order? I didn't contact the guys about pre-order. This just showed up and I was so excited I wanted to share it. We were going to have a pre-order link available. We have a comment from Steve Kozowski who says that he's placed his order. Do you have the exoskeleton to show? Yeah, let me show you that exoskeleton again. I'll get you up close of that. That's very innovative. That's something I was not expecting. And that's been kind of a concern of mine, to be honest. Accidentally discharging, accidentally turning the knob on. You know, it's always something that's kind of weighs on my mind. And this solves that problem. So here's the exoskeleton. You can see that. Made out of it's rigid, hard, a really hard, feels like a tough plastic. Feels like kind of like an ABS, but it has a little different texture. A little harder maybe. And so this has 2 holes in the back right there. You see those? And those correspond with the 2 holes. These 2 holes right there accept the factory clip. There's a little clip on the back that you may or may not use. I find with a pouch that clip is not very useful, but if you're just snapping it on your belt, or it is useful. So you can choose, you can go either way. That would be included with your radio, so you can choose if you want that or not. But you take those 2 Phillips screws out, and then this will fit over there just perfectly. It's tailor-made. And then put those screws in, and that will retain it, and there's your exoskeleton. PTT is covered. The top knob volume is covered. The antenna mast, the adapter there, you can see that's going to offer a lot of impact protection, especially on the front. That's really clever. Whoever came up with that, that's really smart. Yeah, I'd probably order one of those, at least one for your main, your go to war type of battery. So the accessories that I would say would be, for me, would be probably what a guy would want to look at. And one question that I'll have and I'll do a video on this for you guys when I get it all set up. I'll talk. I got to get with the folks at Radios Made Easy and find out what I need to connect this to my Peltors. Maybe it's a proprietary cable. I don't know, but I'll find out on that. But that'll essentially give us the ability to have comms, and it's all going to work, all pre-programmed. So if you have a plate carrier and you want to do that, you have a headset that has that capability, you probably already have one of these. If you don't, this will be an option. And with just a standard Kenwood plug. So if you have a radio that takes that Kenwood style of plug, and you can always tell because it has 2 pins, a small and a long, and that will snap in here like this. So I would probably definitely go with that, as well as the flexible antenna. Oh, we got something else here. What's this all about? I missed one. So this is USB programming cable for the radio with chirp software not included in the kit. Okay, I have one of these. If you want to program your radios, you use software called Chirp, and you need this. This cable will be available as well. It sounds like the software is must be a USB drive on here. This is a lot nicer than the one I have. So how this will work, you'll plug this into one of your 3 radios. Let's say you wanted to add a frequency that wasn't pre-programmed, or you wanted to change it. You'll plug this into your computer. The Chirp software should all be on there. Just go watch a video how to do it. I did it one time. It was simple. Even I could do it. And then you can drag those frequencies, add them onto your radio without having to go in there and manually punch in all those numbers. And that is going to be an accessory. So if you want to program your radios, you need to have one of these as well. Excellent. Okay. We have a super chat from Logjammin'. Shout out to you, brother. Logjammin' writes, I've been saving for nods and a ballistic helmet. Would you recommend the radios now, or keep saving for nods and the helmet first? I can tell you, I don't know all your situation, but I can tell you that I purchased radios before I purchased nods or a helmet. being able to communicate with your family. Let's give a scenario. A scenario where you have to be separated from your loved ones for whatever. Maybe you need to go for supplies. Maybe it's a natural disaster. Maybe it's man-made. You know, you got to go out for something. What would it be worth to you to have the ability to communicate with your family? And this is also something that you can use on a daily basis that will enhance your life. Hunting, camping, just if you have a big acreage and things happen, things happen at nighttime where you see someone or a suspicious car down the driveway, and I always grab a carbine and go out there and investigate. Always have a radio. Have a radio to be able to keep, tell Mrs. W, hey, take the kids and go upstairs and follow the protocol, or what have you. To be able to communicate is a super important. Your mind runs wild if you don't know what's going on, and usually it defaults to the negative. So if you can put your family at ease and keep people in communication, I would say that if it were me, and that's what I did, I would buy, whether it be from us or wherever, have some sort of communication first before I'd have that, and then I would look at a helmet. You can get a helmet, you can get yourself a bump helmet or even a ProTech helmet. There's something that's not super expensive, and it'll get you by until you can get that. But you'd have more use for communications, and I think that would be more important. If you were to ask special, what do the special forces guys say? Shoot, move, communicate. That's the three in the top. So Overton says I'm missing something. He says there should have a single radio pouch there somewhere. It comes with the kit. Oh, it comes with the kit. Okay, so I'm going back through everything. I've got stuff strewn around here. Yeah, that's right. I remember when we spoke, we wanted to have the radio pouch. Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, this is a really nice bonus, gentlemen. I found it. All right, let me clean up my workspace here. This is getting out of hand. Exoskeleton. I love these two. The push to talk and this multicam antenna. That's really good stuff. The stubby is good stuff. My manservant Jariah is gonna have a field day with all this stuff. He's more knowledgeable about radios than I am. Okay, so let's go over the summary here of what you guys are gonna get. Now, I never got the answer. Overton, did you guys are you offering a pre-order to the folks in the chat here? Is that something that we're doing now? Because we're going to limit this to 500. We talked about the number, and the folks over at Radio Made Easy said that they felt comfortable that they could fulfill that number of orders in a timely manner. We didn't want to get so big, make so many that get too many orders and overwhelm their family. And so we thought, well, we'll just leave it at that. And if we sell out of the 500, then we can consider doing a second run if there's a desire for those who weren't able to get it on the initial run. But you won't get the first run patch. Okay, these are very nice. I'm just looking at this together. So this is also made by our friends over at SOE. This is USA made by Americans of the best quality, and this is the radio pouch that's made for us that's going to be included in the kit. This is very nice. One included in each ProHo radio kit. SOE extended battery radio pouch. Now this is made for the extended battery. Very sleek, super lightweight, and very intuitive. This is nice. Not fussy. Right there. How nice is that? So this will be in your kit. So this is the pouch. Now it's got the MOLLE on the back, and this is what we're going to weave on. This is way better than the one I have. I've got one that's made by Spiritus, and it's the radio flops around in it. There's no way to secure it properly. It takes two hands. This is the best radio pouch. Well, it's tailor-made. This is made for this radio, for our kit here. So that's why it's so good. Look at that. This is a very high quality item, gentlemen. No, look how the radio doesn't flop in there. It fits perfectly. It's open in the bottom. Excellent. Excellent. That's the best radio pouch. We got to build this, gentlemen. That's the best radio pouch I've seen for this radio. Where's our Alice? Where's those straps, clips? Here we go. This will probably make more sense. Oh, I'm sorry, not 500, 100. 100 radio kits being made, not 500. So they're going to be very limited. I know it's a lot of money, gentlemen, but there's a lot of work that's went into this, and we didn't cut any corners. All the accessories and everything you're going to get is going to be very good quality. Just look at the nylon. I don't have to sell it. The thing is going to sell itself. As soon as you get your hands on it, you're going to be pleased with this. It's going to give you, everything here is going to give you the fizz. So anything that you have with Molly, your chest protector, your Rhodesian, your rig, you'll be able to stick this thing anywhere. And you use these guys right here. So this is a quick and easy way. You weave it in there, and that way it'll be really stuck. You know, we all know the drill. It's got a shock cord on it, adjustable, and a big wide Velcro patch that goes right between the antenna mast and the volume knob. And there you have it. Isn't that nice? Very, very impressed with that. That's excellent. And I like that it's so low profile. Thank you, Mr. Overton. 100 kits, and then we'll go over the summary here of everything you get one last time. The pre-order is prohoradio.com, and once they're gone with the initial Proho patch, they're going to be gone. And then if there's desire, we'll get with Radios Made Easy once they get all the initial orders out. We want to get these out quickly to you. You know, we would rather take a little bit smaller or just have a few smaller and make sure everyone's happy than to get in over our heads. And we have a super sticker from DudeWorks. Shout out to you. Thank you, brother, and a super chat. Thank you, really appreciate that. Okay, there's people that have just joined us, so here we'll wrap up with the full kit, what you're gonna get. I'm going to rebuild it here. So from the beginning, there's folks that have come in here late. What I was hoping to do was to basically do a professional homeowner version, high quality version of my 3 radio Amazon kit that I've used for years and I love. The reason for this, there's only 2 in here, but there's usually 3. The reason why I like this is because my friends are not prepared, and even though you have a radio, if you only have one, it doesn't do you any good. It's who you're going to talk to, right? So 2 is nice, a pair you can give to a buddy, but 3 is really, really nice. 3 seems to be the sweet spot. That way you have an extra one you can hand out, and when 3 people are able to communicate together, and if you have more people than that, you can separate into squads, and then just have a squad leader, and have that squad leader have the radio, and he communicates to the rest of the group. That's how it works. That's how we do it in wildland firefighting. Not everyone gets a radio. Not everyone needs a radio. The lowest grunt, the digger, doesn't need a radio, but his squad leader does. So that's kind of how you work it. So you can make it can expand bigger than just the 3, is what I'm saying. This was just put together by me with just random cheapo stuff, not great. Didn't have a very good charging option, didn't have very good battery runtime, and certainly didn't have all of the USA made aspects of it. So starting with the pouch, this is what you're going to get. I'm going to put it all together here. Man, SOE nailed it with these pouches, especially this one and the 3 radio pouches. It's so good. It's so good. Absolutely love it. All right. Here's how it's going to come to you. Putting it all back together here. Oh, I've got to put my antennas in. These are the antennas that will come, the little mini whips. These things, I think you need to, yeah, do this. Coil them first. That's the trick. They even have a silicone knob on the end so you don't poke your eye out. This is excellent, gentlemen. This is absolutely excellent. This far exceeded my expectations. Oh, don't forget the radio pouch. Goodness. That's a nice bonus. I was feeling pretty good just with the 3 radio kit without the radio pouch. I forgot about that. Okay. This is your chance. $500 is the price of the kit. Why is it so expensive? People will say, well, I can go get a Bofang on Amazon for 89 bucks, 85 bucks, right? Well, not with the extended battery and all that. What you're getting is you're getting the 3 radio kit that's pre-programmed for you. So that's, you know, there's a lot of time. You know, a man is worth, I don't mind paying a guy for doing work. And our friends over at Radio Made Easy have put all this together, and they're going to program them for your area. So you don't have to do anything. You're going to get your radio, you're going to be able to turn it on, and you're going to immediately be able to scan. You can use your quick start guide, and you can be up and communicating and running. Hand one to your wife, take your buddies out fishing. You're going to be the man. You're going to be all pre-programmed, all set, ready to go. This is a huge, huge thing for $500. There's a lot of work that went into this. USA made bags, the whole deal. So you're going to get this. We're going to have the very first, this is just a placeholder, pretty good one. You're going to have the very first Proho, what do you call these things? Patch that will Velcro on there. And once those are gone, that'll be a limited run. So that will be the surprise when you get it. You get the USA made kit from SOE or the bag, and your 3 radios. These are the Bofang UV5R Plus with the adapters, 3 adapters on there for all of the antenna options that we shared. So base mount antennas, magnetic antennas, antennas you can put through your plate carrier, even the little stubby if we want to use that, have it in your shirt pocket and not have it, you know, taking up too much space. You know, what I'm going to do, you know, now I've been using these. This is the antenna that essentially comes with the Bofangs. And here's the problem I run into. First off, it doesn't have that quarter turn adapter, so it's slow. Now, I like to run this in my pocket, but what happens is every time I bump down, it pokes me in the face. I want to have it in my pocket because I don't like things in my pants pockets. So that doesn't work for me. So now we have the stubby as an option. I'm getting sidetracked here, but. So your radio is going to come with 3 of these guys. That's going to adapt to the better antennas right there. So now with the stubby, and this is going to be an accessory here you can order from Radios Made Easy. Now, we're not going to have that thing poking us. And that would be just fine, I'm sure, the range for just around the house. These are pretty powerful radios. Excellent. And I like that the pouch, you know, I'm fond of saying just because you have extra room in a pouch doesn't necessarily mean that you need to fill it up with everything. It's nice to have a little bit of extra room in this that we can, if you do have a couple of accessories, you're going to have room to put those in there. Also, what's different is the extended batteries. Now, I showed the battery that comes with your Bofang. What did I do with that? The little guys, I found them to be more than adequate. The range on them, or the battery life on them, has always been very good. That's the normal size right there. You can't charge this with USB, and you know, it's somewhat limited. But this radio is easily convertible to a pretty small package, like right there. So just by using the small battery and the small antenna, you know, that fits in a pocket. That's one of the best things about the Bofang is that form factor is really good, especially with the stubby. But we're going to give you guys the big battery. That's going to last a long time and give you a lot more options in charging, because in the kit we're going to have the USB charger. Right here, so 3 antennas and 3 chargers. So if you need to top this thing off and you're away from home, you're not even going to need to carry extra batteries. USB this in your car or truck, power pack, and this is going to slide or connect right into the battery. Now you can charge your 3 radio kit. And there's 3 of these. 3 of these in the kit. So that's really good. That's a huge help for me. I detest those brick chargers. I struggled finding a bag that would fit. Like, look at this, it's ridiculous. I struggle finding a bag that would fit in. It's huge. And you have to have 3 of them. Where are you going to put 3 of these with the big, I mean, come on now. That's all gone. Now we're going to do it like civilized people. Right there. Excellent. Excellent. You're going to get 3 whip antennas. As well as, you know, and don't overlook the importance of this, the quick start guide. Our friends over at Radios Made Easy have put this together. This was my request. I wanted a quick start guide. So if you buy this and you put it away a year from now when you need it and you're thinking, let's see, how do I do all this? You know, what is this button for? You have the whole quick start guide on the back. These are nice quality laminated cards. They're thick like a credit card. They have a rivet in there and held together with paracord. All done here in the States by our friends at Radios Made Easy. So you have all the instructions. You're going to have all your memory guides in here. You're going to have your NOAA. You're going to have your photonic alphabet for a reminder there, so you don't sound like you don't know what you're doing on the radio. And then you're going to have programming. How to program. This is the big one right there. How to program the thing. So you show up, you roll up. Someone else has got a Bofang. They're not up to speed, they're not on your frequency. You'll be able to pull this out of your kit and follow this step by step and program your radio. Because who knows how to do that? Like if you're in the field and you're under stress, I made these myself when I was a wildland firefighter when I got my first radio. No one ever showed me, I never took a class on how to use the radios, and there wasn't really a lot of instructions. It seemed to be just kind of taken for granted that everyone knew how to use them. And I was worried about it because I didn't know how to jump between frequencies and stuff. So I finally, when I got home, I was so ill prepared with the radio and I just wasn't doing very well with it. I made myself these. I went in and wrote it down really small and laminated it, and I kept it on my person, and I took that out frequently when I needed to remember how to program my radios. So this is, you know, this is something that I requested and they put together for us, and you know, this takes a lot of time to do. I really appreciate this. It seems like a small thing, but it's an important thing. Important. And you know, the other thing is, if you do have problems, you know, you'll be able to call the folks at Radio Made Easy. You can get your questions answered. You know, you've got a little bit of, I don't want to encourage you to waste anyone's time, but I would imagine that if you had a problem with your kit or there's any issue, you know, you can get with me. I'll make sure it gets handled. You can get with Radios Made Easy. There's someone there that you can send an email to, maybe even call and get yourself squared away. But that's awesome, gentlemen. Goodness, we have a $500 super chat from our friend Mr. David Hale. Goodness, thank you, brother. I cannot express how much we appreciate your generosity of late. Mr. Hale writes, ordered the Proho radio kit, very nice. Still waiting to see you complete the Super Skookum Go to War rifle build. I apologize for that. David, I will put that up on the top burner for you. Spring is here, and we are busier than a one-armed paper hanger around here, trying to get everything going, and I keep looking at it, and I'm sorry I haven't got the next episode up, but that will be for members only. I will get that up for you. So we're doing a build, and we will do part 2. I almost slipped my mind. Thank you, David. I will make that happen. So David ordered his kit. Congratulations. You're going to have one of 100, or somewhere in the group of 100. He says, did you miss the completion? Did I miss the completion? I'm sorry. No, I will get that for you. My deal with God is I tithe 10% of my day trading profits to Wranglerstar. If there's a better way to get these funds to you without YouTube taking a bite out, then please tell us. Thank you, David. I sure do appreciate that. Yep. I sure do appreciate that. That puts a lot of pressure upon me here, man. We got to make sure that we stay on the straight and narrow and we're doing God's work here. But I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're doing, if your 10% tithe is $500 for day trading, I'm guessing that you're pretty good at what you do. So shout out to you, David. I will make that happen. Part 2. Thanks for the reminder, and thank you for your generosity, brother. Goodness, that's awesome. Awesome. Okay, so again, this is just kind of my uninformed initial first impression of the Proho kit. And I got to tell you, gentlemen, I'm just dripping with fizz over here. It's very exciting. Everything that I'm seeing here it's excellent. I don't have a gripe. I don't have a complaint. And this isn't even, I mean, this was supposed to be the prototype, but the prototype, I just have nothing to add. I have nothing to add. From the connectors to the quality of the nylon to the design of the nylon, it's all so good. So good. Man, I'm stoked. All right, let me put this back together here. So what I'm going to do is I'll get with, Mrs. W I think is putting together a conference call between her and I, Overton and the middlemen, and they can kind of get me up to speed with what's going on, orders and such, and anything that I got wrong that I need to correct, and then I'll do a regular video once I've had a chance to use it this weekend. I'd like to get out, use some of the antennas, get the PTT going, be a little bit more familiar with what's going on, and then I'll do a dedicated video. And if there's, well, maybe not. If you guys buy these all up, then there won't be any, there won't be any point. But we'll see. But look forward to that. But everything looks great. Yeah, it's excellent. I don't know what else to add, man. I mean, to have our first patch on there is going to be cool. We've already got the artwork done on that, and that turned out really good. I'm excited about that. I love the pouch. Not difficult to get excited about it. It's just good, gentlemen. It's just really, really good. Love this. That's a must-have accessory. Get this together here. Okay. Yeah. And there we have it with the pouch. Fits in there perfectly. I don't imagine, I probably wouldn't keep the pouch in here. I'm going to have that on my main plate carrier. Well, they sent me 2 of them, so that's nice. I don't have to change them back and forth. But this is a good kit. Goodness. We have a comment from our friend Justice, writes, what would you recommend for a 1-gallon Proho gas can for a string trimmer and chainsaw? I'm leaning towards the metal Just Right can with the metal nozzle. You know what I would recommend? I can't get into specific brands. I don't know all of them. But I'm just thinking about my personal experience with this. I am always grabbing a gas can and throwing it in the back of the quad, or throwing it in the back of my truck. And as you know, when you're going over rough ground and it's bouncy, what typically happens is the thing always falls over. Falls over. How many times have I cleaned out gasoline and bar oil out of the back of my truck from cans that have fallen over? So what I don't know that the gas can is so important as the milk crate. What you want to get yourself is one of these. One of the greatest implements ever designed by the mind of man is the old school milk crate. Perfect size, perfect weight, perfect for everything unless small items because they always fall through. But I tend to keep one of these. I'll throw one of these in the back of the quad or in the back of the truck, and you can put your gas can in there and maybe a pair of chainsaw chaps or just something to kind of take up the space. You always have a handful of tools that you need to, keep secure, and these are great. Stuff doesn't get wet. If you leave it outside, you leave your fence pliers in there, hammer, and it rains on it, the water passes through. It's not sitting in a puddle of water like a regular basket or basin. And then you can use any kind of can you want. I just use Dangler's. I think a Dangler is about the best way to go. I'm going to break your heart because I've got the pre-EPA nonsense one that I have kept going. I would buy one of these on eBay if you could find it. The best gas can ever made. Who makes this? Sadly, no more. Why do I say that? This is my old Dangler. Bar oil on one side, mixed gas on the other for your string trimmer or your chainsaw. Because your string trimmers, are they still mixing gas on those? Yeah, I think they do mix gas on them. Whatever. Your can for your chainsaw and your can for your weed trimmer, your two-stroke appliances are all, just have one. Don't overcomplicate things by having multiple cans. When you overcomplicate things, especially if you have kids, or your wife might be out there, likes to use a string trimmer, man, I don't know what it is, but they seem to have women seem to have a mental block when it comes to understanding the difference between mixed gas, diesel fuel, and regular unleaded. I don't know how I could make it any simpler. I've color-coded cans, green, red, yellow, all of that. Even then, there's always confusion because I've drilled it into them. Whatever you do, don't put the wrong fuel in these engines. Don't pour diesel fuel into a brand new Honda 5000 generator, right? We don't want to do that. And so I've said this so many times that now they're worried about it. Always worried about grabbing the wrong can. So if you can keep things simple by not having too many cans so that they know this can is for the lawnmower and this can is for the chainsaw string trimmer, it behooves you. So I would just stick with a Dangler. Tried and true, proven. Very nice to have a grab-and-go unit where you can just grab one item and go and do what you need to do, whether it be chainsaw or weed whipping. If you want a new one that's pretty good for a decent price, Husqvarna makes a Dangler that's actually quite good. It meets EPA standard, meaning it has the spring clip caps. It's actually better than this one. This one will fall over and leak a little bit, but the Husky ones will not. They have a really clever spring system, and they also won't overfill. So if you push the plunger down, it will stop fueling before it runs over the top. It has a spot where you can put in a couple tools. You can put a scrunch tool. You can put your chainsaw file tool built in. It's a really nice gas can. Just go look up the Husqvarna, it's orange, Dangler, or Husqvarna combination oil gas can. Get yourself a crate. You can buy these on Amazon for a 3-pack for pretty low price. And this is why my granddad always put together his chainsaw kit. He had the exact same thing. He had his Dangler, and the Dangler fits sideways in a milk crate. That's important because it's very efficient use of space, and you have all that room for your chainsaw chaps, a couple wedges. You can throw your forest axe in there, and you're good to go. And it won't dump over, tip over, and spill on you. That's the way I do it. That's a good setup, a good system. Goodness. All right. Well, Are there any more questions, gentlemen, on the 3 radio kit before we go? Now, if you miss out on this or you're not in a position to get the 3 radio kit, you know, don't be dismayed. It's not, you know, if there's enough demand, and the folks over at Radio Made Easy, if they want to do another run, which I assume that they would, we can do another run. And we can even tweak or adjust something if guys don't like something or they like to see something added. You know, we're doing this to help one another out. Radio's Made Easy. He's got bills to pay. He's got a family to take care of and to support. Same with the guys over at SOE. These things cost money. They're paying their employees a living wage. You guys talk about wanting USA made. That's the question that always comes up with everything. Is it USA made? Is it USA made? Well, this one's USA made, the best we can with the best components. And everything that I have seen sourced on this is really, really nice. I don't know how you could get it any better. I mean, if you want to go buy $1,000 digital Motorola radios, but that's going to, you know, that's going to bring a kit that's going to cost thousands of dollars, where this is going to be attainable. Turnkey, ready to go. So this solves the communication problems, all of the legwork, all of the learning. You can get this and immediately start using it. And that has value. That has value to me. And I think it's reasonable for what we're getting here. A lot of work has went into this. So shout out to the guys at SOE and the middlemen that have helped put this together, the folks that did the artwork for the patch. It's really cool. I'm looking forward to share that with you. And the pre-order link is there. Yeah, so if you missed that, get with the middleman or any of the moderators in the live stream. They can get that over to you. And I'll put this to use this weekend, and we'll report back, let you know how it went. But I think it looks great. Jasper, so one last time here, if you're just joining us, this is the prototype, and we're taking pre-orders for the ProHo 3 radio kit. This is a turnkey kit that's pre-programmed with your frequencies of your area. So when you order it, Radio's Made Easy is going to program your emergency frequencies in there, as well as a common ProHo frequency, so that if you were to come out here for a class in the future, or we ran into each other somewhere, we would be able to have our own frequency that will be all pre-programmed on this, so we'll be able to talk. So that's cool. That was a request that I made. You get your 3 extended range Baofangs with the big batteries, USB charging, the military style antenna adapters, the upgraded antennas, the whips, as well as the quick start guide. And all of this stuff is all US, not the radios, but all the antennas and all these other accessories, as far as I know, are all USA made. All of the SOE is stitching these. Americans are building these. All of the nylon, specifically for us, custom radio pouch built by SOE. This is not Condor cheap Chinese nonsense. This is made properly. This is as good as you can get right here. And that will be included as well. And this is the kit that I'll be using also. Excellent. And you'll get the limited run. Once they're gone, they're gone. This is a placeholder. This is not the patch. The very first ProHo Morale patch, which will be a picture of me with my night vision goggles on. It's pretty cool. The guys came up with it, showed it to me, and I said, that's it. That's perfect. I didn't have anything to change or add to it. It was really, really good, and that'll be stuck on there too. And I'm looking forward to doing more of those. We'll do runs of those periodically. Excellent. Well done, gentlemen. I just couldn't be more pleased. This was one of the funnest unboxing I've ever done. And that's saying something, because I've done unboxing, a lot of unboxings for a great many years. So the radio kits, our friend Oldhart just threw up the link, prohoradio.com. That's going to be the landing page, prohoradio.com. Proho stands for, it's an acronym for professional homeowner, P-R-O, professional, H-O, homeowner. Proho.com is going to be the landing page. There's going to be 100 of these kits available. And once they're gone, they're going to be gone, unless we do a second run, and that's not guaranteed. So I'm not fear of losing you. I just don't know the interest. It's a big investment. So it's not a small amount of money. I understand that. But it's important. And for $500, your radio problems are solved. Really are. Ready to go. I think Papa's right. I think for what you get, it's not that bad. You know, we've gotten accustomed to everything being so cheap with overseas products and Amazon and such. And you got to remember that, you know, guys are working. This is coming from small businesses, people that are assembling this. You know, their families are helping assemble this. This is a lot of work has went into it. The quick start, you know, I don't want to, I really need to put an emphasis on the quick start guide. That's really important. You know, maybe just because I'm so radio autistic that stands out as an important thing, but this was requested by me. I asked the guys, could you put together that quick start guide? It's going to have all of the controls of the radio. You know, there's a lot of buttons on these things. They're confusing. I mean, I really don't probably use but maybe 1 or 2% of the capabilities of these things. I just, you know, I like to keep it simple. But if I want to get into programming, I don't have to go find the manual, waterproof, credit card stock, riveted together, you're not going to lose it. Day glow, chartreuse, safety, high vis, paracord, so if you drop it in the field, you'll be able to find it. This is important, man. I would take a zip tie, and I would zip tie this to my kit so that I would never lose this. This is more valuable to me than the radio. I would rather lose a radio than this because I can replace the radio. I can't replace this. This is not to be underestimated. And I've done things like this. I've had to produce this sort of thing. This takes a lot of time, gentlemen. It takes a lot of time. And it may look easy now that it's all done and the thought that went into it and trying to fit it all on there and put it on a high quality piece of stock that's not going to rub off or fail when you get wet. You know, that's an important piece of the kit. You know, it's not just one thing. It's the selection of gear that make the whole package. It's a radio system. That's how I would look at it, a radio system. Whereas if you just go and buy one, yeah, it's going to cost you over $100 just to buy the radio with the extra battery. You know, probably closer to $150 if I had to guess. So this is a fair deal for a good product. Excellent. Man, I love it. I just am so excited. So excited. Goodness, we have a super chat from Mr. David Knott. Shout out to you, David. David says, zero radios now purchased confirmed. Honestly, I'm pretty nervous about that 570, but trust and appreciate your skill and network. I don't doubt too long. Oh, Dave Knott just purchased. He purchased I'm sorry, I was zoning off here. Honestly, I'm pretty nervous about that. Yeah, 570. Yeah, when you figure shipping and tax and all there, that's about right. Yeah, you're going to be happy, David. I mean, if this is what was put together, if this is what you guys are getting, and that's what I'm being told, everything's the same. I mean, it's fabulous. This is going to be always in my truck. I'm going to use this a lot. And to have the abilities, you know, if you're just joining us, I would encourage you, once this live stream, it'll go up live on the main channel. I would encourage you to go back and to watch the unboxing of some of the accessories that we had. It really helps to expand it, from the stubby antenna to the window pass-through cables to the remote cables to the ability to do a push-to-talk with your Peltors or your Comtex, whatever you have. Is it the same thing? Gives you a lot of capabilities and turnkey. You don't have to go learn anything. You're done. So, I mean, I would pay $500 for me. I would have in the past, I would have paid $500 for someone to come out here and to get me set up or just give me the education of what I need to purchase and order, to be honest with you. So frustrated was I. And I can't tell you how many times I've been to radio sites, forums, YouTube videos. Is it like the Disco 32 site? I've had things in shopping carts. I wanted a push-to-talk system. I wanted a turnkey radio system. And the more I got into it, the more confused I got. And then the programming, and then trying to find my frequencies, and then a good pouch that fits the equipment that you have. You know, all of this has all been spec'd out, designed to work together, you know, made for us, for our needs. And it's just one and done. One and done. And that's, I know I'm not the only one that has wanted to have a good, robust radio system, ability to communicate with friends and family, but was overwhelmed by just the sheer tech of it, to the point where I have kind of a hodgepodge of radios that, you know, I always kind of had the idea that, well, yeah, my radio comms is not super great, not really checked out, but, you know, when things, when the crap hits the fan, you know, then I'll buckle down and I'll learn that and make sure that I've got that all sorted out. You know, that's not going to happen. When the crap hits the fan, you're going to have more important issues, and the last thing you're going to want to do is to go fool around and try to get information and then try to order and deal with radios and comms when you need it. You know, that's unrealistic. One and done. You've got it. You've even got your pouch, and you're all set. And with, goodness, from what I'm seeing here, with 15 minutes of reading through the quick start guide, turning the thing on, you know, playing around a little bit, you're going to have everything that you need. You're going to have the knowledge you need to be up and communicating with friends and family. It's good. It's very good. Jasper Young, shout out to you. He's got one. All right. Well, I sure appreciate the middlemen for providing that. I wasn't expecting us to have a pre-order, and that's been all set up. There's a lot of work that's been going on behind the scenes, so thank you guys for doing that. Man, I'm excited. Very, very excited. I thought this unboxing was going to take about 15 minutes, and we were going to get to a different project here. I'm going to have more than 15 minutes cleaning up my mess here on the floor. All right. That's it, gentlemen. I'm going to shut it down. Shout out to Radios Made Easy. One last time, if you'd like to order, prohoradio.com for the pre-order for the landing page. And I'll have an update on this, I would imagine, after the weekend. I'll put together a call with everyone together. We'll get a live stream set up probably the first part of next week with Radios Made Easy. We'll do a dual stream. He'll be there, I'll be there. You guys will be able to ask all your questions. I've got the product in hand. We can show it. We can talk about it. You guys can give input. If you'd like to see something different in the second run, if we do it, what have you, you're the captain of this ship here. We're all going forward together. So look forward to that. I'll make that announcement first part of the week. Is that it? Yep, I think that's it. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, gentlemen. We pray for you constantly. I sure do appreciate the generosity of the super chats, the participation. Shout out to Mr. David Hale, our resident Wall Street man, day trader. Shout out to you. Thank you for your generosity. I sure do appreciate that. It definitely helps the work, and it's very humbling. Thank you, brother. All right. May God bless you and your families. Keep us in your prayers. We'll see you on tomorrow's stream.